to the Big Blue Crew Sports Network.
Yo, what's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome, man. Giants conversation, man. We live. What's good, Mets? What's good, Pat? What's good, chat? We're gonna get into this New York Giants preview. Giants, of course, at home today, taking on Tampa. Just got word Malik Neighbors is active. So he'll be out there. We will see Tommy Cutlets out there on the field today. And this is a big game for the Giants. I know they're 2-8, but this is a big game because of the recent transactions that have taken place, particularly with the release of Daniel Jones as now a free agent. And actually getting interest from teams. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up and where he lands. But the Giants are playing football today. We are still Giants fans. We will talk about the New York Giants. So let's get into it. But before I do, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing, man? What's good, Pat? What's good, Mets, man?
Not much.
Same here. I mean, with all the transactions that have happened this week, I'm going to be blunt. Did I want Jones gone? Yes. But like that? No.
Yeah.
Now, in my view, this really, figuratively, and literally puts Daboll under the gun.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's the point. That's the point, Mets. It's all Brian Daboll now. Jones is out the way. So we'll see if he opens up this offense. We'll see if they get the running game going today. And which I think they will probably lean on Tyrone Tracy a lot more today. And probably take some shots with Tommy Cutlets down the field. They're gonna try to make it look as best they can because, like I said, his job's on the line now. He's got to win some games and at least look decent coming down the stretch here. But before I get to you, Pat, what's good, too, though? Appreciate you tapping in, man. Salute. As always, Mac the Giants fan, salute, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Ghost Dog, what's good with you? Salute. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Thanks for joining us this morning, fellas. But Pat, man, getting into this game, what do you think the Giants, how do you think that this offense is going to look now without Daniel Jones, now with Tommy DeVito in this game against a Tampa Bay team that's not great defensively, but offensively they can put up some points and put pressure on the Giants defense for sure with Mike Evans looking like he's going to play today. So, but what's your thoughts on that, brother?
I'm kind of conflicted when it comes to this offense because in one case I do want to see the offense, progress as far as just being better play calling and everything. As far as I truly want to see if Brian Daboll can actually build a system around the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does do that, it's going to piss me off because you couldn't do that with the quarterback we already had here. But it would also give me faith that, hey, if they do let that man stay here and he gets his quote-unquote quarterback, that he has the mind capacity to do it. So I'm an open book when it comes to this team going forward down the stretch. If this team could look better on offense, yes, everybody will say, oh, it's because of all Daniel Jones, and they will look like geniuses, but we both know exactly what went down.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think it should have went down like that. If you didn't want the guy, you shouldn't have signed him in 2022. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword because if he does prove that he can build an offense around a quarterback, we won't have the number 1 or 2 pick because we'll win a couple of games. because I do believe this is a game that's very winnable. The Saints game is very winnable, and the Cowboys game is very winnable. And who knows what the Eagles game at the end of the season, because that could be winnable because they might not
play the Colts too, don't we?
Yeah, we play the Colts too. So to be honest with you, if this was like really going out there to really try to prove that you're a head coach, you might get 3, 4, or maybe even 5 victories out of this shit and be 7-10 and be like the number 13, 14 pick. And that's really going to piss people off. So I'm just an open book. I'm just looking to see. Basically, this will confirm some things, for the Big Blue Crew. It could confirm some things that we were right on. It can confirm some things that we were wrong on. But it's today is the start of my time clock on Brian Daboll.
Today is the day. You are right. Today is the day, man. And to be honest with you,
guys,
like you said, a part of me wants to see, like you said, just because I know how conniving and you know what I'm saying, disrespectful, these guys have been to some of these players, just for the sake of them to get these guys out of here. You know what I'm saying? A part of me does want that to happen, but I also put this hat on every day, every morning.
Thanks.
So, I'm always a Giants fan through and through. So, to put a positive spin on it, if I had to say something that Brian Daboll can do, what he did with Tommy DeVito, it's pretty much, like I said, what he did with Daniel Jones, and that's going to run that RPO offense.
I see a lot of RPO happening today. Not to cut you off, but go ahead. My bad.
And try to open up, plays down the field, and the hope is that Tommy DeVito will pull the trigger on those that Daniel Jones was missing on. That's the hope. Just for this game in particular. I don't believe Tommy DeVito is a good quarterback, so don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I think he's marginal backup. That's probably his ceiling. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think if he does pull the trigger and lets it rock, on those throws that Daniel Jones was hesitant on, the Giants might put up some points today. Just gonna say that. They might put up some points today, and like you said, everybody's gonna be, you see, but not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going that route, because I know there's a deeper issue within this organization.
Yeah, it's a real deep issue with
outside of the quarterback position, but like I said, I'm a Giants fan, and let's see if the Giants can show some promise. Let's see if Brian Daboll can prove his worth here, him and Joe Schoen, to stay and move on and move this team forward into the future with this new quarterback. But I'm very, very skeptical that that's going to work out, man. That's just me, Unpopular Opinion Sports. Let me get into the chat real quick, and then we'll get to the next topic. Iman, what's good? Says Daniel Jones about to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I said that too. I said watch this, and I'm gonna share the report with y'all here in just a little bit. E, what's good with you, man? Link is in the Big Blue Crew chat for E, Mac, anybody else who wants to join in and talk Giants here. We're gonna take you up to the Giants game at 1:00. Raphael, what's good, man? Salute. Eric Johnson was good, man. He said, how would you feel if we got Fields as a bridge QB? No, thank you. No,
damn, that was quick.
No, thank you.
This regime, if they're here, not to cut you off, if they're here, there's no chance for a bridge quarterback, brother. You got to get your quarterback.
Yeah.
got to go out of the 2025 draft with some type of quarterback, because all this shit doesn't make sense if they don't draft a quarterback. It doesn't make sense.
Yo,
Mizaroni, what's good, man?
how
Ready
you
for the
doing,
action?
my brothers? What's up, Pat? NYG Mets? What's going on?
What's good, man? What's good, man?
Rocking it today. Let's go.
Yeah, man, me too, man. We Giants up today, man. Like I said, man, I still put the NY on my I still with an NY every morning, so I'm still a Giants fan through and through. And we're gonna talk Giants, man. But look, Miz, you've been a big component, of keeping Daboll around. What does he need to show you today in this game? Yeah, okay, you're on the fence with it. That's cool. I accept that.
I just say that because I feel that they are bringing him back, so I feel like this argument's really going nowhere. But anyway, go back.
Okay, and I'm gonna spin it forward. I'm not gonna dwell on shit. So, what do you think he needs to show in this game in particular? And throughout, you can move forward throughout the rest of the season to convince you that you would like to move forward with him. Since you said you are on the fence a little bit.
Let me see some competitive football. Let me see the Giants run the ball, then have some play action off the run, because I think DeVito's that type. I don't want to see this gimmicky offense and we're gonna run the RPO. I'm gonna throw 10 million screens. Like, let's play some football. Let me see T.O. Johnson down the seam. Let me see you throw a deep ball to Slayton and Neighbors. It don't have to be all the time, but I like to see some real football. Run a tight end post from one side of the field across the field to the other side. But the only thing that's complicated to me, and this is going to be a complication the rest of the year, is he going to try to lose games because they want to pick their quarterback, and I don't blame them, or are they going to try to win some games, and will that cost us, and we're going to end up in the same place next year again? I just don't know what to think anymore. It's a very confusing place. Bro.
What do you think, Miss? You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it. They are getting the okay from John Mara. We talked about this. John Mara does not want to be embarrassed. You think the Giants can really afford to lose out and get the number 1 pick? For real, bro.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So they have to try to be competitive.
How many games are you willing to win that could cost
I want to win. I want to win.
They got in mind.
I want to win every game, because you know what? You know what people always tell me? Don't matter where you picking, do what you got to do to go get your quarterback. That's what I'm always told. You know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? If you got to trade 2 1s and 2 2s or whatever to move up to 3 or 2 or whatever to get, Cam Ward or Shador Sanders, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a fact.
What I'm saying? And if you win games down the stretch, at least you boost the morale of Malik Neighbors and Jalen Hyatt and some of these players that are down in the dumps right now, bro.
Yeah.
You cannot continue to lose, man, and think these players are just gonna be okay with it. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
In 2002, I believe. I don't remember the exact year. The Giants were bad. They won their last 6 games of the season. Now, they missed the wild card by like a game. Cool. They ended the season with 6. They came back next year with Kerry Collins, 2003, had a big year. If you remember, they blew that big lead in Candlestick Park to the Niners. But if they would have passed that game, they might have went to the Super Bowl. They were rolling like that. So I believe sometimes when you end the season strong, it could definitely go into the next season. I know a lot of people today don't believe that, but
you're right. You're right.
It happens all the time.
First off, I know it sounds a bit obnoxious to say, but Miz, it was actually the 2001 season the Giants screwed it up.
I knew I was close.
And then rebounded in 2002 and blew that game against San Francisco. That said, for me, what Daboll needs to show is something he has lacked his entire tenure. He needs to show adaptability to the situation. And as we've seen, that he has shown very little to none of it, because He's such a tunnel vision freak. The metal he deploys is so unbearably irritating that it just makes me want to get up and get out of my seat, climb down the field, and sock him. Consequences be damned.
I hear that, man. Go ahead, Pat.
Like Matt said, that's one of the times you corrected somebody that was actually pretty cool. It was the 2001 season. It came in 2002, and did very well. And then in 2003, the rails fell off, and then 2004, history was made with Eli Manning. So it can happen that way when you go out and really try to win, because those players from those teams were still, we still believe. You know what I'm saying? What if you lose out and you lose Deontay Banks, you lose Dexter Lawrence, you lose Brian Burns, you lose Kayvon Thibodeau? Is that worth a Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders? You see what I'm saying? What if you lose your whole core of your team? What if Malik Neighbors just fizzles out and just like, man, I don't want to be here no more? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think about that. People only think. People can't think past go, man. I'm going to keep saying that. You can't think past go. I don't even think you want to think past go, to be honest with you. It's like, we're going to get a quarterback that everybody likes and we're going to be talked about in the media. I don't care about relevancy. Let me get a football team that can win 22-20 throughout the season, and they wind up in a Super Bowl and everybody's surprised, like, how the fuck did they get there? Nobody was talking about these cats, just like all our other Super Bowls, except for the second one. I think the second one we were just beating the shit out of people. Or was it the first? No, the first one. In 86. Yeah, because in 85 we lost to the Bears. In 86 we stopped Joe Montana and we went crazy.
Yeah, that was 14-2. I think we went.
Yeah. So people just don't know the history, and like Miz always says, it's just a bunch of young kids. So me personally, I would love to see us win some games down the stretch, because that will at least give me the confidence to know, hey, we got some competence here in this organization. You lose out, man, you don't know what's going on, bro. You don't know what these players are doing. You already see about 4 to 5 players that are checked out. Just to be honest with you. But you go ahead.
Yeah, man. Want to welcome my brother E, the chosen one, man. What's good with you, E, man? Welcome to the panel, bro.
Yo, thanks for having me, man. First of all, Jesus is Lord. I just want to tell everybody that today is the day that he has made. Let us rejoice in it. You brothers is always prayed for. I go against no creed, religion, or beliefs. I only bring my own to the table, and that does not summarize or represent the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. Those are personal entities, likes, thought processes that does not express the imagery or thought process of anybody on the panel. I just always got to put that disclaimer in so you guys will never be striked or religious and creed beliefs disrespect us. So let's move on. Thank you for the welcoming. What's the topic? Miz, you owe me 30 minutes, but we'll talk about that later.
Salute to Mosley and salute to D-Dan Shelton in the chat too as well. Thanks for joining in, fellas. Now we're just talking about Brian Daboll and what he needs to do in this game particular, and moving forward for the remainder of the regular season to give you confidence to want to bring these guys back moving for the next season.
So we're going to talk positive about Brian Daboll. I'm just making sure I got this right.
I'm just saying I'm trying to be I'm trying to be positive because like Miz said, the reports are there are conflicting reports, but there are strong reports that they are in favor of bringing them back. But I think it's contingent upon what they look like for the remainder of the season, to be honest.
Okay. And that's something that the spaces that we had yesterday with everybody, and thank you guys for being a part of a galvanized spaces where we actually brought real football content, analysis, IQ, and no opinion was crucified, ostracized, or disrespected. And we spoke football for 2 hours. And I love you brothers for that. So I'll bring a little bit of what we spoke about from yesterday into somewhat of transforming a positive thought process for Brian Daboll. It's really hard for me, so bear with me. In the next 7 games, Brian Daboll has to change his entire playbook to fit the skill sets of the players on the field and not think what he's done previous is going to be successful. It is shown. His run game is horrible. Tyron Tracy is good. His run scheme is horrible. Tyron Tracy is good. So when it comes to the run game, instead of having us play duo, he's going to have to actually go into a scheme of putting 12 personnel on the field. And I'm going to tell you why. Right now at left tackle, who's over there? Illuminor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Illuminor's over there, right?
Yes.
Evan Neal's back at his natural spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means that they're going to attack the gaps. You're going to see more blitzes and stunts today ran by the Tampa Bay Bucks because they're going to try to find the chink in Brian Daboll's armor. Because he has no exotic run packages, not nobody here can tell me one exotic run package he's ever placed this season, right? They're going to go off his basic run personnel. He can fool Tampa Bay today by having 12 personnel and moving that tight end on either side of the line to help out with the edges. The Tampa Bay Bucks are very good at getting to the edges. If you look at their stats, they're not
Is that
a big
Patriots? I'm sorry to cut you, bro. Is that a Patriots?
Blanket.
What is going on there?
Yeah, that's my son Billy. He actually took the train this morning to the game in Miami.
Okay.
He went
Oh
with
no,
his girl.
we gonna get in. We gonna get into that too, man. I saw that.
All right.
We're gonna get into that. So
hold up. Hold up.
right.
Go ahead.
I'm in
All right.
trouble.
So he's gonna have to change.
Let me fix that.
Thank you.
There
you go, brother. It's optics, Miz. As a quarterback, you're better than that. It's the optics. Okay? So he's going to have to change that run scheme up to actually open up holes on the right side. If he keeps believing he can run to the left side behind Illuminor, they're going to eventually bring more in the box and allocate to that side. So he's going to have to do that first and foremost. His pass plays. There was something that Malik Neighbors was told by Brian Daboll this week when it comes to Tommy DeVito. He said, make sure you have your head turned around because the ball is going to be there when you get out of your route. He's going to have to prove that now. You don't say something like that in public with a quarterback and a wide receiver. And now your wide receiver says that and says that's a good thing for us. Guess what you just told the defense? Play the top of his route. Soft coverage, bracket, top of his route. When he believes he has separation, send somebody over from soft coverage up, and guess what? Anticipatory throw becomes anticipatory interception. So I'm going to be watching for that. Lastly, he's going to have to pray. Because that McChicken menu has not shown anything none of us has ever seen. So I hope that's as positive as I can get. And the remaining of the 7 games, that's what he's going to have to do. Switch up that run. Switch up that pass. Pray over that McChicken menu.
The McChicken menu, man.
It ain't a factor, NYG. I was listening because I do this every Sunday morning because I like to do my teams and I like to listen to the weather reports from all the games. It's supposed to be like 40, 45 mile an hour winds.
Windy, yeah.
Today. So, and Tampa's got the 3rd worst defense against the pass, so that helps them out.
Well, why does something?
We have the worst offense in the league. It equivalates.
So that's the factor, yeah. That's the factor. What's up, Nuts?
Yeah, what's up, Man Cave? I want to welcome Man Cave to the show real quick, man. Cave, what's good with you, Brody?
Salute, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the panel. Salute
good,
to everybody
man?
On this Sunday morning, man. Giants.
Ain't really get your thoughts, man, on all this transpired, man. So I want to give you the floor, man, and talk to us about about what's your thoughts about what's transpired so far with the Daniel Jones releasing, and then you can get into what Brian Daboll needs to do in this game and moving forward to convince you that he's the guy for the Giants and that would make you feel comfortable with moving forward with him in 2025.
Yeah, well, first of all, the whole Daniel Jones situation. Listen, man, I'm glad like everybody else is finally over now. You know, the guys who want him gone, he could be happy now. He's gone. You know what I'm saying? And as far as these teams, like, you know, like other teams going, I mean, the way they talk about Daniel Jones, if he was so bad of a quarterback, then nobody else should sign him in the league. So his career should be over. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't going to go on no other team no more. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's saying the GMs, everybody was laughing at Daniel Jones all these years. And now if he's going to go to another team, then that means a lot of that shit was fake and phony. You know what I'm saying? And that's what nobody's talking about that. Like I said, so the whole Daniel Jones thing, he should be going. Like I said, you know, I feel bad for the guy. You know what I'm saying? He gave his blood, sweat, and tears just like Saquon Barkley did here, other guys did here, and all that type of stuff. But it is in the past now. So, hey, we can move on forward now. So Brian Daboll could finally get his quarterback, or, you know, the next 7 games with Tommy DeVito in here. You know, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, get your head around and all that type of stuff. We'll see. But the games that I checked last year that Tommy DeVito played in, 3 or 4 of those games was tank jobs by them other teams. But when they did play a real team, like the Saints had that real defense, they shut him down and he got benched. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people don't pick up on. You know what I'm saying? Those teams that they play were tanking last year, except for the Bills and the Saints.
I mean, the Packers.
And yeah, the Packers to a certain extent and stuff like that. But as far as Brian Daboll, yeah, he got 7 games for his life, man, to coach for his job and stuff like that. Me personally, like I said, I know they're going to bring him back, but me personally, like I said, he shouldn't be allowed to call the plays and stuff like that. They should get an offensive coordinator and stuff like that. He hasn't had no success as a coach to get that type of leeway to call his own plays and stuff like that. That's only reserved for coaches that have done something in the league, that have won Super Bowls. So if he comes back next year as the play caller, it's going to be the same old thing going on this year, like I said, because he's not no innovative coach with no innovative schemes and things like that, and scheme people open. Yeah, you can scheme people open here once in a while and things like that. Can you do it on a consistent basis throughout the game, though, to be a threat? That's what I'm saying. When you got teams playing like a 10-yard coverage on your whole offense, that's not no scheme, because that means you're not using the whole field. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're going to have a quarterback that supposedly could throw the ball downfield, we'll get to see that. You know what I'm saying? We'll see that, you know. But last year when Tommy DeVito played one of those games, he didn't even want the guy throwing the ball at all. So it's going to go back to
That's the
again.
fact.
So it's going to go back again to him doing a game plan for each game. Like I said, that's not a real coach. A real coach don't have a game plan for every single week. You have to have your own scheme that you have to make teams adjust to you on a game-to-game basis, not the other way around. If you got to get a different package each game, that's not going to work. That means you don't have a scheme. That means you just going by the other team, seeing what their weakness, and then that's not a scheme. If you're going to be a power run team, be a power run team. If you're going to be a passing team, be a passing team. But you can't be like figuring each week what you're going to do. You're only going to call this amount of plays this week, this amount of play that week. That's not how it goes. That's not how the most successful coaches do it. They make other teams adjust to them. You know what I'm saying? They be like, hey, stop it. You look at the Lions. The Lions don't change their game plans from week to week. They play their game they aggressive the whole way through every game against anybody. The scheme is the same. Stop it if you can. If you can't stop it, you're going to get blown out.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact, man. So the reports are that Daboll and them are coming back. And this is coming from, what report is this? Giants wire says multiple sorts according to CBS Sports. So says that they are going to keep Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll moving forward into 2025 and potentially beyond. Says Mara does not wish for more upheaval. Daboll spent more time with the quarterbacks this season, coaching Jones hard at his request after becoming a full-time player. He is expected to get the opportunity to coach up a new quarterback with the Giants next season. I don't think there's a strong appetite for change, a source said. So there you have it. But that being said, you know, how many games you think this team can win? Honestly, like it's not like. See, that's the thing. It's not it's all on Daniel Jones. Now he's gone, and it's not like, to me, it's not like the Giants have ever were any good with him off the field. You know what I mean? So it's to me, it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the outlook is for this team for this season. Like, you know, if he's assured to come back, does he go into full tank mode? See what I'm saying? It's so weird that they keep putting these reports out there, but the fact of the matter is you still got a whole lot of season left. You know, so it's almost like they're already telling you, wink, wink, like, yeah, we know they're gonna try to lose on purpose, and we don't care because they're coming back anyway. That's what it feels like to me.
NYG. They believe me, they've gotten together in the building quietly. Mara, Shane, and Daboll. Believe me, man. What I was saying about years ago with the agreement they had, and I'm telling you, Shane told them, look, we're gonna lose most of these games. We gotta save the $23 million because Jones is not part of the future. And Mara turned around and told them, then give me Tommy DeVito because I still need the local people in the area to come to the stadium. And that's exactly what went down. And that Mara don't want to lose, but he understands where it's headed. And he said, at least let's not have the building dead empty. And if Locke was the quarterback, the building would have been bald empty.
Yeah, that's true. Salute to Wells. What's good, bro? Dewani, what's good? What's good? Yeah, man. As
far as tanking NYG, he might tank, but still make the games look competitive. Sort of like it's been going on all year.
I mean,
thanks for making my point, Miz. And NYG, if I may jump in real quick, pause. What I was expressing when Tommy DeVito was named the starter earlier during the week or whatever the case may be, the first thing that I said to you fellas, because I was with you fellas, is this is a money thing. And at this time of year, this was when Tommy DeVito was playing last season. Remember? So therefore, at
There's
this
a
time,
report right there on the screen.
at this time of the year, no Giants fans are paying to see that bum product in the cold weather. A local hometown hero, a crowd and fan favorite, and a guy that's well liked as a third stringer will allow people just to come to MetLife. Now, the product he puts on the field, Miz just said it, it will look competitive, right? Because he's a spark. They'll play a little bit. They'll be infused with a little something. But everybody feels that way until the great Mike Tyson with the greatest quote of all. Everybody's standing up until they get punched in the mouth. I want to see the breaking point, if there will be one today. And then you'll see the original Giants come out.
True.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna say this as far as this Shane and Daboll. Like I said, Shane, like I said, I could see Shane staying here. Like I said, his only problem, like I said, is the handling of Saquon thing and, you know, like the way they treated Daniel Jones and things like that. But for the most part, all the players that Shane has got has been Daboll. Those are the players that Daboll wanted. He drafted these players for him. Daboll tell him what players to get, and he gets them. So my whole thing with Daboll is, if you look at a roster, it's a 53-man roster. 50 of the players on the team are Daboll's players. There's only 3 leftovers from Gettleman. So if this is your whole team. So my whole thing is, if you got all these guys on your team and you want them in your scheme, and then you're alienating your own players like Bellinger, Hyatt, and all stuff. These are your picks. These are the guys that you wanted. If you can't coach these guys up, something is wrong with you as a coach, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that tells me a lot about you. If you can't what's the word I'm looking for? The players that you want, if you can be like, oh, you get the player, and be like, oh, we can't use him no more. So what happens if he pick his quarterback next year, and then a year later he be like, I can't win with this guy? What is that, bro? What does that tells me? That's what you can't develop. If you can't develop these guys, and that tells me like you don't know what the hell you're doing. Because these are the guys that you pick. They're supposed to be in your system. But if these guys can be successful, then you don't have a system. What the hell are you running?
What players in history does he have under his belt in development?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's go 10 years back. Who does he got? Who can you say, yo, that guy under Brian Daboll thrived? Who we talking about?
Nobody.
Keep sweating.
Nobody.
Yeah, keep sweating. Nobody.
And then you look at, like I said, I mean, the players take after their coaches. No part of your team is good. The defense, the offense, or the special teams. You're losing on all three levels of your team. At least the special team's supposed to be good. Something got to be good. In 3
You didn't
years,
fire
you won the
McGahee
team.
because you felt he was a problem. Special teams didn't improve. You let Wink Martindale go for Shane Bowen. We had a flash in the pants situation with that. Now we giving up everything except grandma underwear. What's going on?
Yeah. Peace, TP. Link is in the Big Blue Crew chat if you want to join the show. We got about 20 minutes left, so
And the offense is as putrid as ever.
Real quick, if I could just say this, I will
go ahead.
Pose the argument against you guys, and somebody got to do it.
Let's get it.
What I'm going to say is this. There's red flags, and he's been underwhelming as a coach, 100%. But Jones was stuck on him. He didn't want him, and he never got to get his guy. So I'll just give that argument, just from that side.
And I love that, Miz, because of the fact that now we get a chance to see who he's not. Right? Many of us believe it didn't matter what quarterback was back there. He had 4 or 5 of them since he been here, right? It just didn't matter, right? So therefore, I didn't see any better greatness with anybody. But what we did see was games being won here or there, which still didn't equivalent to a winning season. But when someone else was calling your plays, when someone else was coaching your quarterback, when someone else was dealing with your offense, you reap the benefits from it.
And I'm gonna say this, Miz, as far as like Jones is not stuck on Brian Daboll. He didn't have to take the job. When you're offered the job, if you didn't like the quarterback, you could have went somewhere else. There was other openings that you could have went. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that took it on himself to say, okay, I'll go in there. So, but nobody forced you to take a job that you don't want and a quarterback that you don't want.
Again, I answered that a few days ago.
I'm not saying that you're not.
That you get offered a job with the New York Football Giants, you are out of your mind to say no. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep it like that.
So Miz, I have something that is wonderful for this conversation. You ready, Cave? Y'all ready, fellas? Watch this. When Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year in his first year, did anybody see this happening right here, year 3?
No. But just like me and Pat and B always talking about, hey, when they got film on you, hey, that's why 1 year you're gonna surprise people in 1 year because they don't know what to expect. Is after that 1 year, what you gonna do in year 2, 3, or 4? That's the whole thing, and that goes with anything. Even quarterbacks, you're having a great successful rookie season, but what you going to do in year 2, 3, and 4 when they figure you out? You know what I'm saying? 1 year, you're going to fool people for 1 year. You're going to. Anybody will.
Do we notice something? That same offense wasn't ran in year 2? Do we all notice that?
Yeah.
But the same offense, hold on, stick with me, brothers. But the same offense, check this out, Miz, that was ran in year 2 is being ran in year 3. You do realize this, right? So I'm able to not, as Man Cave aforementioned, see the offense and be surprised because it's not on tape yet. And you change the offense up in year 2, your quarterback gets hurt, doesn't matter. You win a couple of games with your backups, right? But you still have an unsuccessful, brutal season. You bring back the same entire offense that they've already had on film, that you've had a brutal season with, and try to run it back with that again. I'll listen. Yeah, I'm just gonna listen.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Real smart.
Right. That's what he did.
Well, it could be that, we got to find out right now, once and for all, can Jones run, can Jones play football?
The moment I let the best player on the team go, and nobody has to agree with me. This is E talking for E. The moment I let the best offensive player go on my team, I changed my offense.
Hmm?
And that was another thing, with your best player going now, now they don't have to zone. Teams didn't have to zone in on that no more. So now they really going to, pin their ears back on every other position because they have nobody. They don't fear nobody. So now you have to come with another scheme.
Yep.
Now here's to your point, man, Cave. 60% of the offensive players drafted or brought in through nepotistic hire NYG's thought process, which I'm combining all together, and me and Big Pat's thought process. How come all the defensive players, 65 to 70% of them in the last 3 drafts are contributors for Shane Bowen, but 60% to 70% of your offensive players that did contribute are not playing today?
Right. And Shane Bowen's, that's his first year as a defensive, you know what I'm saying?
And he has everything, and he has everything he needs from the last 3 drafts that he wasn't around for. But yet and still, Brian Daboll isn't using all things that he had from the last 3 drafts that actually made him successful in his first year while somebody else was calling plays. Those players are still here, minus Richie James and Matt Breida.
See what I'm saying, E? That's why it don't make no sense, bro. That's why it don't make no sense, man. Yeah. Because look, you got Brian Daboll, just like you said, this supposed offensive guru, this quarterback whisperer, all these, names they throw out there and terms they throw out there. But yet it's been the defense that has been carrying the team year after year after year. So again,
he has a history of that, fellas.
And again,
yes, he does.
That's why, when people say, who should go, or they say, oh, Joe Schoen is just so terrible and he should be the one fired and let's keep Daboll, it baffles me. Because it's like, bro, you understand, right? He's got the players he asked for, and he's not cooking shit, but there is talent there. Because you look at the defense, and the defense is being coached up.
All right.
Hey, NYG, hold on one second. I have to get off topic. Hey, give me the big screen real quick.
All right.
No, put me on the big screen real quick.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say Big Pat ain't versus the Tampa Bay Bucks.
You got it. Hold on.
Hey, y'all like the setup right here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. Tiki Barber.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yo, Giants.
Experimenting real quick. Got to get something for this lampshade right here. But I'm just experimenting real quick. All right.
Okay. Appreciate I see you, dog. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much like what I was getting into, man. Because the thing is, there's talent on this team, because you look at the defensive side of the ball and you look at the offensive side of the ball. One side is performing and one side is not, and yet this coach is going out there pointing the finger at everybody but himself. It's weird how people can defend that, all for the sake of, well, we think he can take a quarterback and turn him into Josh Allen. That's all this is about, bro. They got so much faith in this guy to pick this quarterback and to make him into the next great Hall of Fame quarterback for the Giants. They got so much faith when there's zero evidence that says he can do any of the sorts. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. It's weird, man.
But I'm gonna say like this with this offensive line. They better get this offensive line back to being a run blocking offensive line, because that's what the game is.
Come on now, Cave. Talk that talk.
The game is won in the trenches, man. You got to be able to run the ball, man. And passing is one thing, but a lot of quarterbacks successful this year is because of the run. It's not because so much of the passing. We're not seeing no 400 or 500 passing games every game. There's more to run game. That's me.
And Cave,
teams up.
to your point, these are the people who do not, and we already can go off this, they do not value the running back position. Cave,
No, they do not.
brothers, chat, everybody listening in,
Our favorite.
please
Good.
hone into my voice. What is the NFC East made up of? 3 components: the run, the pass, the defense. That is what the NFC is made of. When you look at East, is made of. When you look at every quarterback in our division, they have what? A running game.
Yep.
They have what? A wide receiver number 1. You can go from Dallas to us to whoever you want to look at.
Yep.
You don't have that offensively, you're not competing.
Don't think just because, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this is Mara, bro. Don't think just because he's giving them this vote of confidence that they're coming back right now, that if the next 6 weeks go bad and the fans are not louder than ever, because Mara listens to the fans, and as soon as, like I said, this is the truth, bro. As soon as Tish fly across the country, because he's not happy with the coach, and he gets in Mara's ear, and then the families get together, he'll keep Shane and tell him we're moving on to another head coach. That could happen too. So we got to see the next 7 weeks.
But here's the thing though. It's all about the money
So,
too.
real quick, just before I lose my train of thought. So you believe that Shane is safe no matter what, Miz?
No, I don't think it's no matter what. I think right now why Mara says that is that to get the media off their backs.
Because you said if it goes bad that he would tell Shane to fire Daboll.
I think Shane is definitely coming back. That I think so.
Okay.
Because just the fact that he's out there scouting these QBs heavily, and he's actually at the games himself. Yesterday he was down in Miami, right? So I think that he knows he's here. Daboll, I think that they're going to say he's there, so the media leaves him alone for now because they've been getting on him with heavy questions. But I don't think he's 1,000% safe. No, I think if the players stop playing, if Mara talks to some of the veteran players like Dexter at the end of the year and they're not happy, he'll be gone.
Permission.
Good stuff, Miz. Hold on. No, because we got other people that need to talk. You talked, no, respectfully. TP, what's good with you, brother?
Fellas, peace. How we feeling?
We good, man. We good, man.
Feeling
Hey,
good.
look, man. I just wanted to take the time to just remind everybody. First of all, I'll be wearing my Odell Beckham jersey because today marks the 10 years that we witnessed the greatest catch of all time in NFL history. And that's me simply taking small wins right now.
I get it.
Taking small wins because what we about to witness in just a few minutes is going to be what we expected, to be honest with you, what we expected. But it's just going to all unfold, man. It's going to all unfold. And me, I'm a type of guy. I like to look at the bright side. I like to root for the squad, but at the same time, I don't like the BS. I don't like to act like, you know what I mean? It's all sunshine and rainbows. So that's the reality of it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Before we get out of here, we got 10 minutes to left before the game kicks off. We're gonna keep it here on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, but we're gonna switch over to Big Pat Sports Talk stream, and he's gonna be calling the Giants Bucks game. And speaking of, I gotta get you guys predictions. So give me your predictions and give your last words as we go around the panel. I'm going to start. I'm gonna go right left to right, I guess. So Matt, you go ahead and go. Then Miz, E, K, Pat, TP.
As I to say, I think Tampa's got this one. I mean, yeah, they've been in a downward spiral as much as the Giants have, but at the very least, they don't have as much of the contra BS with their coach as the Giants do. If they can play on that as a strength, as opposed to where the Giants are playing that are being exploited for that as a weakness, Tampa's got this in the bag.
Okay, so Tampa. Miz, what you got for us, bro?
All right, I got two, but I'll give you the Giant one. The Giant one, I think that it's going to be like a low scoring, a lot of field goals. I think at the end, I'm going to say Tampa pulled this game out like 19-16. And then I wanted to give you a dog of the day like I always do. The Chicago Bears are going to win the game outright today versus the Vikings.
Ooh, okay. I might have to put a little parlay in on that one, yo. All right, man. All right.
And if you win, you gotta send me 10%, baby.
All right. I got you, bro. E, what you got for us, man? What's the prediction of this game? And give them your last words, bro.
I'm going Tampa, man, and I don't hardly ever go against my Giants. It's just a pride thing, but sometimes you got to remove your personal feelings and let reality take over. So the reality of this game is not you, but does the people realize the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come into this game averaging 27 points a game?
Score. Yep.
Let that shit be known one more time. The Tampa Bay Bucks come into this game averaging 27 points per game. That means that it's just not the run game. It's just not the pass game. They find ways to get into that red zone with their scheme and their ability with their outside wide receivers. We're going to be playing a fired up Sterling Shepard today. Let's not forget that.
Say that.
Okay, we're going to be playing a fired up Sterling Shepard, a player that the Giants cast off and kept him thinking his career was dead and he retired from the Giants. Don't forget that. And let it be known, I'm not done yet. The Giants, so he's going to be fired up. Outside of that, they're playing against a guy that has learned not to turn the ball over as much in Baker Mayfield. He's not a turnover machine. He'll throw you one or two, but he's going to make sure he's not giving the ball up, especially when it matters the most. He's matured, and that right there is going to be the mind game, the chess game between him and Bowen. But I believe this game is going to the Bucks. I give it 27. I think they get around their average to 14 Bucks.
Okay. 27-14 Bucks. Cave.
Yeah.
What you got for us, man?
Hey, well, since Brian Daboll likes averaging 15 to 16 points a game, I'm gonna go Bucks 34-16.
Oh, I love it. Pat, what you got for us, man? Who wins this game and what you see, how you see it going down?
I see us getting an early touchdown, and that's about it. I see the Bucks winning 28-10.
TP.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna be real with y'all. Like my score predictions is always sucky because I'm just trash when it comes to that. But I'm just gonna say Giants 6, Tampa Bay 21. I think we just it's all about the light is about to shine on Daboll today, man. That's what I expect. That's just the long story short version of it.
Yeah, I think it's windy out there in MetLife, and it is so it's going to be a challenge to pass and kick field goals, and if you're the New York Giants, if you take away those two aspects of the game and all you can do is run, and Tampa will just stack the box pretty much and say, hey, Cutlets, throw all over us if you can. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see this going well for the New York Giants. Quarterback be damned, reports be damned to Brian Daboll being retained and all that. I'm like Miz, I think it's dependent upon how these games look. And to be honest with you, I have zero faith in this cat. So
Amen to that.
Fact.
that being said,
Facts.
man, 24-7 Bucks. Yeah, I don't think they're getting no more than touchdown today.
Oh shit.
All right.
Yeah.
I gotta go and get the other thing started.
Right.
So
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. Pause, and we're gonna go over to the actual game and watch this bullshit and see what and see what we can make of it, man, because this is gonna tell us a lot. So we're gonna be locked in. Keep it locked here with the Big Blue Crew Sports Network, man, and see y'all here in about 5 minutes. Till next time, you already know what it is. Peace.
This has been a Big Blue Crew Sports Network production.